There's a quiet group of Toyotas still on the road today that most people never notice. They aren't collector cars. They aren't garage queens. They're daily drivers with 400,000 miles or more, still starting every morning, still commuting, still hauling groceries and grandkids without drama. And the reason they're overlooked is simple. Nothing about them is flashy anymore. What separates these Toyotas isn't luck. It isn't one magical repair. And it isn't owners babying them endlessly. It's the combination of conservative engineering, the right model years, and owners who understood when to leave the car alone instead of constantly upgrading it. If you spend time in Toyota forums or talk to independent mechanics who've been around long enough, the same model years come up again and again. Early 2000s Camrys with the 2.4-liter 2AZ fee that were properly maintained and not over-serviced. Late 1990s and early 2000s Corollas with the 1ZZ and later 1.8-liter engines that simply refused to quit. First-generation Highlanders built on RX-derived platforms with naturally aspirated V6 engines that were never pushed beyond their comfort zone. These cars weren't built to impress spec sheets, they were built to survive real life. One Camry owner I spoke with still drives a 2003 model with over 430,000 miles. Original engine. Original transmission. The car has had suspension work, normal wear items, and one radiator replacement. That's it. No rebuilds. No engine teardowns. He told me the key wasn't doing more, it was knowing when not to do more. He followed factory intervals, avoided unnecessary flushes, and never let service departments experiment on the car. That story isn't rare if you know where to look. Early 2000s Toyota Avalons show up constantly in this category. They were marketed for comfort, not excitement, which turned out to be their greatest strength. The 1MZ Fay and later 3.0-liter V6 engines were understressed, lightly tuned, and paired with conservative transmissions. Many Avalons quietly cross 400,000 miles while still being used for everyday driving. Owners of these cars tend to say the same thing. The vehicle never demanded attention. It simply kept working, as long as it wasn't disturbed unnecessarily. Tacomas and 4Runners from the late 1990s through mid-2000s tell a similar story, especially naturally aspirated V6 models. These trucks weren't overloaded with electronics. They didn't chase fuel economy at the expense of durability. They were built with margin. One independent shop owner told me he sees more 300 to 500k mile Tacomas from that era than any other truck platform combined. Most are still on original drivetrains. The biggest killers weren't mileage, they were unnecessary modifications, aggressive fluid flushing, and constant interference. That's the common thread with all of these 400,000-mile daily drivers. They weren't treated like projects. If you've ever wondered why some Toyotas feel solid forever while others seem tired far too early, tap the like button. Subscribe if you care more about longevity than hype. And if you or someone you know is driving a Toyota past 300,000 miles, leave the model and year in the comments. I see every comment, and those real-world examples tell the real story. What stands out when you look at the maintenance history of these vehicles is how unremarkable it is. Oil changes at factory intervals. Coolant replaced when Toyota actually called for it. Transmission fluid drained sparingly, or sometimes not touched at all if behavior stayed normal. No additives. No miracle treatments, no constant resets. Toyota engineered these vehicles to settle into a rhythm. When that rhythm is disrupted too often, problems show up early. When it's respected, the vehicle simply keeps going. You'll notice a pattern in the years that last. They come from periods when Toyota prioritized stability over experimentation. Fewer gears, fewer forced induction systems, fewer electronic layers between driver and machine. These were years when Toyota built cars to endure, not impress. That's why you still see early 2000s Corollas doing delivery work at 400,000 miles while newer, more complex vehicles struggle much earlier. The older cars weren't smarter, but they were calmer. Another owner shared a story about his 2001 4Runner that crossed 410,000 miles while still serving as a daily commuter. The only time the truck ever scared him was when he approved a service he didn't fully understand. After that experience, he slowed down, trusted the factory guidance, and the truck rewarded him for it. These long-lasting Toyotas tend to belong to owners who didn't chase perfection. Cosmetic flaws didn't trigger repairs. Minor seepage was monitored, not attacked. The goal wasn't to keep the vehicle like new. It was to keep it usable. Toyota vehicles from these durable years don't need constant attention to survive. They need restraint. Longevity in the end isn't about doing everything. It's about knowing what truly matters and leaving the rest alone. When people hear about Toyotas running past 400,000 miles, the first assumption is always the same. They think those owners must be obsessive, constantly servicing the car, always fixing something before it breaks, doing more than everyone else. The reality is almost the opposite. The Toyotas that quietly become long-term daily drivers tend to live very uneventful lives. They aren't treated like fragile machines. They're driven regularly, maintained conservatively, and left alone when nothing is actually wrong. That combination matters far more than mileage alone. If you look closely at the model years that keep showing up at 400,000 miles, a pattern forms quickly. Late 1990s to mid-2000s Toyotas dominate the list. Not because newer Toyotas are bad, but because those years hit a balance point Toyota hasn't fully returned to since. Engines were naturally aspirated. Transmissions were simpler. Electronic systems existed, but they didn't constantly intervene. Take the 1998 to 2002 Corolla with the 1.8-liter engine. On paper, it's nothing special. In the real world, these cars refuse to die. I've seen multiple examples still being driven daily with over 400,000 miles, often owned by people who stopped worrying about the car years ago. One owner told me the car outlasted 2 jobs, 1 house move, and a retirement. He joked that the Corolla never asked for anything except oil and gas. Early 2000s Camrys fall into the same category, especially the 4-cylinder models. These engines weren't stressed. They weren't chasing maximum output. They were designed to cruise comfortably and repeat the same operating cycle for decades. Owners who avoided constant oil changes and unnecessary services often report engines that still feel tight well past 300,000 miles. Avalons from that same era deserve special mention. They were built for comfort, which unintentionally helped longevity. Softer suspension tuning reduced stress on components. The V6 engines were tuned gently. Owners tended to drive them smoothly. Many of these cars rack up huge mileage simply because nothing about them encourages aggressive driving. One retired couple I spoke with still daily drives a 2004 Avalon with over 420,000 miles. They've replaced wear items, suspension parts, and 1 alternator. The engine and transmission have never been opened. Their secret wasn't special treatment. It was consistency. Same oil type. Same intervals. No flushes. No upgrades. No panic. That word comes up again and again with high-mileage Toyotas. Panic kills longevity. When owners panic over every noise, every alert, every recommendation, the car gets disturbed unnecessarily. Fluids are flushed early. Seals are forced to recondition repeatedly. Systems that were stable get reset again and again. Over time, that accelerates wear rather than preventing it. If this sounds familiar, tap the like button. Subscribe if you care more about how a car ages than how it looks on paper. And if you're driving a Toyota with over 200,000 miles, drop the model and year in the comments. Those real numbers matter more than marketing claims. Another group of Toyotas that quietly rack up extreme mileage are early Tacomas and 4Runners, especially models built before technology started creeping into every system. Late 1990s and early 2000s V6 trucks show up constantly in independent shops still doing daily duty. Many are well past 300,000 miles and climbing. A shop owner once told me something that stuck. He said the trucks that last the longest are the ones whose owners don't try to turn them into something they aren't. Stock engines, stock gearing, stock fluids, no constant upgrades, no chasing problems that don't exist. These trucks weren't designed to be reset every year. They were designed to operate within a stable range for a very long time. Even the way owners interact with these vehicles changes over time. High-mileage Toyota owners stop listening to generic service menus. They start listening to the car itself. If it drives the same, shifts the same, and runs smoothly, they leave it alone. That restraint is rare, and it pays off. One common misconception is that newer always equals better. Newer often means more systems watching each other, correcting each other, and intervening constantly. Older Toyotas trusted the driver more. That trust reduced system stress and complexity. That doesn't mean newer Toyotas can't last. It means they require more discipline from the owner. The older ones survive because the environment around them was simpler. What also stands out is how many of these 400,000-mile Toyotas still feel usable. The steering doesn't feel loose. The engines don't feel tired. They may not be quiet anymore, but they're predictable. Predictability builds confidence, and confidence keeps owners driving the same car instead of replacing it. Owners who reach this mileage milestone often say the same thing. At some point, the car stopped feeling like something they owned and started feeling like something they relied on. That shift only happens when the car doesn't demand attention constantly. There's also an emotional component that doesn't get talked about enough. High-mileage Toyotas often belong to people who stopped chasing the idea of perfection. A small leak doesn't mean panic. A cosmetic flaw doesn't trigger replacement. The car is judged by what it does, not how it looks. That mindset keeps vehicles on the road far longer than any specific service ever will. The model years that still serve as daily drivers at 400,000 miles didn't get there because of miracle products or aggressive maintenance. They got there because owners learned when to stop intervening. Toyota built these vehicles with margin. That margin only works if it's respected. Longevity isn't dramatic. It's quiet. And the Toyotas that prove it every day do so without asking for much at all. What finally separates Toyotas that quietly become daily drivers at 400,000 miles from those that fade much earlier isn't a single repair or a lucky engine. It's how the owner's relationship with the car evolves over time. At some point, high-mileage Toyota owners stop thinking in terms of schedules and start thinking in terms of patterns. They know how the car sounds when it's healthy. They know how it feels when it's normal. And most importantly, they know when something actually changes. That awareness replaces blind adherence to service menus. This is where many owners unknowingly shorten a car's life. They keep following generic maintenance charts that were designed for sales efficiency, not longevity. They approve services because the mileage milestone sounds important, not because the car is asking for it. Over time, those interruptions add stress instead of preventing it. Owners of 400,000-mile Toyotas almost always share one habit. They delay action until evidence appears. Not neglect, but observation. A vibration that grows. A noise that repeats. A change that stays consistent. They don't react to warnings that disappear or recommendations that can't be tied to symptoms. That restraint matters more than people realize. One owner with a 2001 Camry told me he stopped using dealership service menus entirely after the car passed 200,000 miles. He kept records, followed factory intervals, and fixed things only when behavior changed. That Camry crossed 400,000 miles still running the original engine and transmission. His words were simple. I stopped letting other people tell me when my car was broken. Another pattern that shows up repeatedly is how these owners handle fluids. They don't chase perfection. They don't flush on fear. They don't upgrade constantly. They stick with known good oil, known good intervals, and let systems age naturally. Fluids degrade slower when they aren't disturbed constantly, and seals last longer when they aren't forced to adapt over and over again. This is especially true for transmissions. Many high-mileage Toyotas still run original transmissions because the fluid was changed conservatively, not aggressively. Drain and fill when necessary. Leave it alone when behavior is normal. That simple approach outlasts any lifetime or severe service sales pitch. Suspension components tell the same story. Owners who replace parts only when wear affects drivability often see better long-term results than those who preemptively replace everything in the name of safety. Constant teardown introduces variables. Letting systems wear naturally keeps alignment, geometry, and load patterns consistent. There's also a psychological shift that happens with these cars. Once a Toyota crosses 300,000 miles, the owner stops trying to preserve resale value. That frees them to make smarter decisions. They aren't fixing things for the next buyer. They're fixing things for themselves. That clarity reduces unnecessary spending and unnecessary work. If this way of thinking resonates with you, hit the like button. Subscribe if you believe a good car should age with you, not fight you. And if you're driving a Toyota that's still going strong at mileage most people fear, leave the model and mileage in the comments. Those real-world examples matter more than any brochure. What's fascinating is how many of these 400,000-mile Toyotas aren't garage queens. They're commuter cars, errand runners, daily transportation. Regular use actually helps longevity by keeping seals conditioned, fluids circulating, and systems exercised. Cars that sit too much often age worse than cars that are driven calmly and consistently. Toyota engines in particular respond well to steady use. Short trips aren't ideal, but neither is long-term storage. The sweet spot is predictable operation without abuse. Another overlooked factor is owner temperament. High-mileage Toyota owners tend to be calm drivers, smooth throttle inputs, gentle braking, letting the car warm up naturally instead of forcing it. These habits reduce thermal shock and mechanical stress over time. Toyota designed many of these older engines with generous tolerances and conservative tuning. They reward patience. They punish panic. And here's the most important realization of all. 400,000 miles isn't the goal. It's the byproduct. The real goal is a car that never makes ownership feel urgent. No constant warnings. No surprise breakdowns. No feeling that something is always about to go wrong. The Toyotas that become daily drivers at 400,000 miles didn't survive because of extreme effort. They survived because effort was applied only when it mattered. That's the lesson most owners miss. Longevity doesn't come from doing more. It comes from knowing when to stop.